go in front, right?
Is it like boys and girls?
Where are we standing?
It's boys
Over
and
here?
girls.
We're standing here?
All right, we're going to get started, everyone. Hey, thank you all for being here tonight, and welcome to the 14th annual Naturally Boulder Pitch Slam and Autumn Awards. Hello to you all in the audience, and hello to you all out there in your living rooms who are watching this live stream. First, I want to thank the incredible volunteers who helped make this thing happen. Where would we be without our army of volunteers? And I mean army in a peaceful sense. And I want to thank our product owners, and especially, oh, sorry, I did this out of order. I want to thank, first and foremost, New Hope Network as the exclusive event sponsor of Pitch Slam. Thank you, New Hope Network. And now I want to thank our product owners. You all have helped make our event even that much more delicious. But most of all, I want to thank the board of directors, the Naturally Boulder board. So come on out, everyone. Own the stage. This is your party. The hardest working board, and dare I say it, the most joyful board you could ever imagine. And the most boisterous crowd. So one at a time, I'm going to introduce everyone. We want to thank Alex Hannafin, co-VP of Naturally Boulder, founder of Alpine Start. Catherine Walsh, co-VP of Naturally Boulder with SW Basics. Susan Graff, treasurer of Naturally Boulder with New Resource Bank. Secretary John Grube with Summit Venture Capital. I need to read it. Slide over. All right, we got Sylvia Toss with Fresh Ideas Group, one of our advisors. We got Russ here with Celestial Seasonings. He helped organize all of Pitch Slam for us. We have Alyssa over there, Alyssa Harding with Justin's. We have Paige Mitchum with Purely Elizabeth. Another one of our founders and advisors, Joan Boykin. We have Ben over there with
We're sneaking up.
BFG. BFG. Thank you, Ben. Another one of the organizers of yesterday's Innovation Showcase. Next to him is the other organizer of the Innovation Showcase, Christopher, founder of Keen One Foods. Adrian Pilcher with the Jackfruit Company. Thank you, Adrian. Jen Swift over there with 34 Degrees. Diana Mercer with Force Brands. Who's next to you?
Alex.
Oh, I already introduced Alex. Peter Moore over there, Director of Operations for Naturally Boulder. And a crowd favorite. I'm Aaron Manska, Executive Director for Naturally Boulder. Last but not least, I want to welcome Carlotta Mask, the wonderful Carlotta. I am privileged to get to work with Carlotta regularly. She is the Senior Vice President of Content and Insights at New Hope Network. She joins us today as the Chair and President of the Naturally Boulder Board. Take it away, Carlotta.
So much, Aaron. Welcome.
Quiet down, people. Let's show Carlotta some respect.
Russ, I mean, he plays many roles in tonight's event, as you will see. Part of it is he is crowd control for tonight. We're so glad to have all of you here. How many of you, is this your first Pitch Slam and Autumn Awards? Wow. Wow. So how many of you have been to at least 3 Pitch Slam and Autumn Awards? So a lot of, anybody been to all of them since we started? And they looked very, very different back in the day. Any of those folks? No, well, this event has really evolved, and we're so glad to have you here tonight. we wanted to start, if you've been attending Naturally Boulder events, you know we often start by reading our mission, vision, and guiding principles, because this organization is very much rooted in the words that we're going to read. And I wanted to bring up some of my co-board members to read these. We've got Adrian, Alyssa, Ben, Christopher, Paige, and Diana. So maybe we'll start here, Paige, and you can start with our mission, and then we'll just go down the line.
The Naturally Boulder mission: to nurture conscious growth, leadership, and innovation in the Colorado natural products community.
And our vision: Naturally Boulder creates a healthier, more conscious world that prioritizes the products and practices represented by the Colorado natural products community.
And our guiding principles: Naturally Boulder defines natural products and practices as those made with the goal of promoting human, animal, and environmental health. That is why we encourage organic, biodynamic, and other restorative practices.
We believe that regenerative businesses measure success not only by financial gain, but also by long-term conscious business practices that positively impact human health, communities, and the planet.
We value connection and provide a platform for education, dialogue, and generous sharing to help the Colorado natural products community grow with integrity and higher purpose.
We know that healthy, dynamic communities drive healthy, dynamic business. As natural products industry members, we pledge to actively nurture a culture of shared ideas, collaboration, and mentorship within the Naturally Boulder community.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to do a call out for Adrian, who is just up on stage, who was reading our guiding principle, and thank her, give her an extra special thank you for the 6 years that Adrian has served on the Naturally Boulder board. It's been an unbelievable amount of service. Adrian has done so many things while on the board, including at one point she was leading all of our social media and PR. She helped relaunch our website several years back. She has just been a steady voice of leadership and guidance and vision, and I don't think this board would be what it is without Adrian. So thank you so much for your service. Okay, so a few more thank yous. How many of you attended the Innovation Showcase yesterday? Was that not amazing? It was like a little mini expo featuring 70 of the most innovative and inspiring companies in our community. So we were so excited with the energy and the attendance, and I know the people who participated yesterday were just so happy with all of the folks who stopped by their table and asked them questions about their products, and so we're excited to continue doing this as part of our fall event. So thank you to all the companies. These are all the companies that participated. Something else that we've added to this event, it's our second year, but we're live streaming the event. So I want to thank my New Hope and Forma colleagues who are handling the live stream. Thank you. And say hello to all the people who are watching tonight's event from home or from other communities or from other areas around the globe. We are able to take this product and this program globally with our live stream. So thank you to the live stream team. And with that, we wanted to move on to a really special part of our program. We have a keynote address that I've been so excited about being part of this program since we extended the invitation a little while back. But we have tonight joining us Blair Kellison from the Bay Area. He is the CEO of Traditional Medicinals, an independent company that embraces sustainability, ingredient purity, and social and environmental activism. And Traditional Medicinals is a B Corp, a certified B corporation, and it's the leading seller of wellness teas in the US and the pioneer of the wellness tea category in the United States and Canada. And I'm so excited to have Blair here tonight joining us as the leader of a company that has been able to create an iconic, impactful, and long-standing brand within the natural and organic products industry. So Blair, please join me.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Blair Kellison. For the last 10 years, I had the honor of being the CEO of Traditional Medicinals. I'm also the co-founder of a group called the North Bay Food Industry Group, which is a smaller but similar organization to Naturally Boulder for Marin and Sonoma counties. And I really wanted to thank Naturally Boulder for this opportunity to be here tonight, and also just really want to thank them, especially Aaron, for all the help they've been to our organization over the years. And we've been to Boulder a few times. They've come out to see us. And this whole community that you have is obviously a lot larger, but we're lucky to have the same in our county as well. And congratulations to all the Pitch Slam finalists. Good luck tonight. So tonight I'm going to talk to you a little bit about another tea company called Traditional Medicinals. But I especially want to talk a little bit about sustainability and give you some of my thoughts on the industry. Just a quick background on me. I'm kind of a traditional business guy to start. I went to college and majored in accounting, got a CPA, went to work at Ernst & Young, got an MBA in marketing, went to work at Nestle as a brand manager. So now I'm kind of in my 30s and I walk in and that's it, that was quick. Now I'm a brand manager, I'm living in Los Angeles, and I walk into the 19th Street Natural Foods Co-op in Santa Monica. Still exists today. Wow, a kid from Indiana had never seen anything that was in that store before. And just wonderful, organic, healthy, fat-free, mission-driven, vegan products, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with all the products. People at work started calling me the NBA granola head. And like all true granola heads in 1995, I took a 70% pay cut and went to work for a vegetarian food company called Fantastic Foods. You old-timers know that, but in Petaluma, California. But what really happened was I found a job that I really loved, and I found products that I really believed in. And I found my purpose, and like all of you, I'd found my people. So I've been in the industry for the last 23 years, and I really have never looked back. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Traditional Medicinals and weave that a little bit into how we do business and kind of how I see the industry. So I can't tell our story without the beginning. So on November 20th, 1974, a day the planet Uranus entered the sign of Scorpio. This is serious. This is Sonoma County. This is how we do things up there. For the first time in 84 years, this event only happens once every 84 years, Drake Sadler, a self-proclaimed Sonoma County hippie, and Rosemary Gladstar, a fourth-generation herbalist, waited specifically like over 2 months for this specific day to package the first bag of Traditional Medicinals tea. So together they pioneered the medicinal tea category in the U.S. The company was built on a strong mission of education and connecting people to the power of plants to change lives the lives of the people who drank these efficacious teas, and to change the lives of the growers out in the fields who were growing these herbs for us. The company also pioneered a social and environmentally sustainable business model that considers all of its stakeholders in its business. This includes herb growers and suppliers, retailers, consumers, employees. That is what TM is. TM is all of them together. Our company is a we. So over the past 44 years, this wonderful mission-driven company has remained independent and grown to be the fourth largest bagged tea company in the United States, with products sold now in 70,000 outlets. The company is also proud to be the largest seller of organic tea and the largest seller of fair trade tea in the United States. So I came to the company in 2008, its 34th year, to take over to be the first non-founder CEO of the company. So it's been my honor to take on this responsibility to be a steward of the 34 years that came before me. With the support of our founder, Drake Sadler, and our amazing board and advisors, we've managed the company through the greatest growth period in its history, while at the same time adhering to and expanding the mission more than any time in our history. We at Traditional Medicinals believe the competition today is not between products, but between business models. We believe that our forward-thinking, sustainable, stakeholder-centric business model is our single greatest competitive advantage. So I want to talk a little bit about sustainability. So it's a three-legged stool: social, environmental, and financial. You need all three to be truly sustainable, and all three are completely dependent on each other. You can't have two of the three, you can't have one of the three. So here's what social sustainability looks like at TM. We buy about 120 different herbs from around 280 different farms in 40 countries on 6 continents. I think these are a lot of the photos you're seeing tonight are photos from our growing regions around the world. We invest over $1 million each year in these herb growing communities, improving the lives of the growers. Today, 1,000 kids in India attend one of Traditional Medicinal's primary schools. We built the building, we pay for the teachers, we give the kids a hot lunch, we provide a uniform and a bicycle to get there. Each of these 5 communities never in history had a school. No one in the town ever went to school prior to this. So. See if I can balance that. This money is not charity, it's an investment in our supplier communities that provides us a competitive advantage. It's why over 2 million people follow Traditional Medicinals on social media. It's why in our 44th year, we're the single fastest growing tea company in the United States. It's why top talent from Kellogg's and Pepsi and Nestle and Mars is moving across the country to come to Sonoma County to work for us. It's why I work at the company. Because you know what? We're not making tea. We're changing lives. There are other companies that would like to buy Traditional Medicinals, but we would never trust those kids' education to anyone else. And it's not just about treating people in our supply chain well. It really starts at home with our employees. So in our company culture. At Traditional Medicinals, part of our employees' annual review is adherence to our company's values. So if you're not embracing our values like respect and assuming positive intent, you can't work for us. We call it the no jerk rule. Donald Trump may have been elected president of the United States, but you know what? He couldn't get a job at Traditional Medicinals. Environmental sustainability. 99.6% of our ingredients are organic. We make all our own tea in 100% recycled packaging in an off-the-grid solar-powered factory in Sebastopol, California, with well water and a beautiful herb garden that's actually a big septic system. So we're a B Corp, and we publish a sustainability report for everyone to see every year. The third leg of that stool is financial sustainability, and that's what I want to talk about the most tonight. So social and environmental sustainability just don't work over the long haul unless they are linked with financial responsibility. This is where I believe our industry falls a little bit short in an area that we could do better at. I'd love to tell founders, making money is no fun. It requires focus, discipline, and repetition, to which they usually say, yeah, I hate all 3 of those. So, founders, hire a management team to do that work for you. It's what you need, it's what your company needs, it's what our industry needs. For those of us with traditional business backgrounds, focus, discipline, and repetition are all we know. This is what's enabled me to work for 4 different founders over the last 23 years to transition their companies to be executive team run with best practices across their organizations. When I came to TM in its 34th year, on average, for the history of the company, we'd raise prices 5% every year. This was typical of natural foods companies at the time. But we had a goal of expanding into the mainstream, and I knew those price increases were not sustainable. So I set a goal for the company to not raise its prices for 10 years. This is my first year working there. Didn't go over that well. It was not easy having the discipline to grow without price increases. But we reduced trade spending by eliminating inefficient deals. We bought new high-speed tea machines that were 3 times as efficient. We deployed technology everywhere possible. And most importantly, I hired a bunch of people that were way smarter than me in their subject areas. 5 years into my tenure, I had Drake Sadler and our board pounding on me to increase profits. They had every right to be upset. I'd come in, I doubled payroll with all the new hires, I increased capital expenditures, spent $500,000 on market research to figure out why people bought our tea, more importantly, why most people weren't buying our tea. and increased marketing from 2 to 9% of sales, yet our selling price remained the same. We were building the foundation for a much larger and a much more profitable company. We just needed more time. So I said to Drake and the board, okay, let's talk about that price increase. I think the announcement letter is going to go something like this. Dear traditional medicinals consumer, we're raising the price of your tea this year because we have outdated tea machinery, we don't utilize lean manufacturing practices, or best practices in most areas of the company. So we're going to charge you extra so we can make a little more profit. Again, that didn't go over so well. But I believe when consumers buy natural products, possibly the biggest premium they're paying is not for organic and not for fair trade and not for those high quality ingredients, but for what I call an inefficiency premium. Many of us charge consumers extra for our products because we're not hiring the best talent and we're not using the best practices. In June of 2017, after 10 years, traditional medicinals finally did take a price increase, a modest 3%. And during that 10-year period, we quadrupled the sales of the company. We grew EBITDA 500%, and we financed it all with internal cash flow and bank financing. This discipline was essential. But essentially, we forced the company to get pretty damn efficient and pretty damn competitive. This discipline was essential for us to transition a large part of our business to conventional mass market retailers. There's nothing that we did that you can't also do at your company. There are lots of people just like me and my team that would love to come work for your companies. Every $1 million company wants to be $10 million, and every $10 million company wants to be $100 million. But only a fraction of them invest in the people, the process, the technology to get to that next level. Of course, it's possible to get from here to there without adding any new talent, but it's not very probable. It is probable that if you double payroll, you'll double sales and you'll double profit. It is probable that if you hire people who have already been to where you're going and they throw down the ropes to the rest of the organization, that you'll get to where you're going. Believe me, it's very self-fulfilling. Founders, be courageous. Hire people that are smarter than you. Best advice Steve Demos ever gave me, hire people that are so smart they scare you. Those people you think you can't afford to hire, you can't afford not to hire them. Our industry has always been long on passion, and as Drake likes to say, also very long on hair. But now we also need to be long on talent. I respect anyone's decision to sell their company, but first, hire great people that will help you run your company so well that maybe you don't have to sell it. And if you do that, almost everybody's going to want to buy your company. And if you do end up selling, it'll be because you wanted to, not because you had to. Our industry will never realize its full potential until we get more efficient and we get more competitive. Taking on investment money is the single most strategic decision you will ever make at your company. If that money is not aligned with your mission and your values and the goals of your business, it will absolutely do you and your company more harm than good. Believe it or not, there's less than 4,000 publicly traded companies left in the United States on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, a record low, about half what it was 20 years ago. In contrast, private financing is growing exponentially. Within that private capital, courageous, purpose-driven, long-term mission-aligned investors are taking notice of our industry, especially family money and family offices. Purpose-driven investment bankers like Big Path Capital organizing impact-oriented investors like the Builders Fund and connecting them to companies just like yours. Dare to think differently about investment capital. Instead of focusing on getting anyone to invest in you, focus on who you want to invest in you and why. There are many examples of successful privately held long-term thinking companies in our industry. Many actually reside by us up in Northern California. Amy's Kitchen, Cliff Bar, La Tortilla Factory, Guayaquil, EO Products, Lundberg Farms, Bob's Red Mill, and here in Boulder, Chocolove and Organic India are building nice long-term sustainable companies. I believe these are the companies the industry should pay more attention to, and that they represent a model for a truly sustainable natural foods industry. These are companies that are market share leaders. They enjoy double-digit annual growth, double-digit EBITDA that supports strong missions and independent ownership. They don't get talked about enough, and they never make the newswire or the Whipstit's Capital email of the latest capital raises or acquisitions every week. But their independence and long-term planning horizons and strong missions are the key to their success, and I think what the future of the natural foods industry could look like. Like TM, these companies are not driven by investment dollars or potential strategic buyers. They're driven by purpose. These companies are the story of our industry, socially, environmentally, and financially sustainable enterprises. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way we could all share those best practices with each other? A place where collaboration trumped competition? A place where those who have been to where we're going could throw down the ropes to us wandering around in the dark trying to find our way? A safe place where we could all band together and then all rise together. That place already exists. It's called Naturally Boulder. The potential for everything I just mentioned exists right here in this room. Naturally Boulder is a very special organization and a key to our industry to connect each other together to reach our full potential as a company and as an industry. So before I leave, I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank our legendary Natural Foods founders. You built an incredible industry, especially my local heroes, Doug Green, Mo Siegel, Mark Retzloff, and Steve Demos. I thank Drake Sadler for believing in me to be the steward of his company, for our amazing board and advisors and their mentoring of me and believing in me, especially Mark and John Elstrott and Steve again and Michael Funk. Without TM and without them, I'm not standing in front of you tonight. And I thank my Boulder CEO friends. I would not be the CEO I am today without some very dear CEO friends in this town. Terry Turney, Alan Murray, Blake Waltrip, Peter Byrne, Sarah Bird, right here, our judge, John Grube, and Joan Boykin. I can assure you they were all here at the ready to help you with your businesses as well. And a big shout out to my wife and my daughters, Gigi and Lila. They're streaming it live from Petaluma, California. So, hi to them. I'll hear about that when I get home. But especially my wife, about 23 years ago, I really jumped off a cliff at Nestle and into this industry. And without her support for that 23 years, I would not be here and I wouldn't be the person I am. So this is not a speech about traditional medicinals, and it's surely not meant to be a speech about me. It's about our industry's need for true sustainability. I've come from big CPG, and I'm deeply passionate about our industry creating its own independent and successful future. Today, we are simply at the end of the beginning of the natural foods movement. But it also puts us at a great inflection point. Do we throw the values that got us here out the window and just go for the money? Our industry founders didn't toil away for decades so that we could come along, so others could come along and buy all our ideas and discard our missions and our sustainability practices. Our industry was founded by courageous, well-principled people that truly believed they could change the world with their businesses. Everything in life is a niche until it's not. We are no longer a niche. We are the future of the food industry. We have been handed this industry from our founders on a silver platter. We have the products, we have the consumers, we have the retailers, we have the investors. Our missing ingredient to our industry reaching its full potential is more financial sustainability. We can effectively compete with conventional food. Many are doing it today and winning. As an industry, we don't realize just how great we are. And we don't really realize our full potential yet. We can do it all. We can grow, be profitable, and stay on mission with purpose as our driver. We need courageous leadership. We need to band together and be strong and stay true to our principles and our mission and our values. I say we get focused, we get disciplined, throw in a little repetition, and show everyone that we can change the world and make money doing it and have a truly sustainable industry. Do you have the courage? Will you band together with your neighbor? Will you believe that we can all rise together better than any of us individually? All of us in this room must think bigger and dream bigger about ourselves, our companies, and our industries. I am honored to be with you tonight. You're awesome. Thank you. one last comment. Anybody can find me on LinkedIn. I have all the time in the world to help you. I commute every day in my car. There's nothing on the radio more interesting than me helping you try to be more successful. I put my speech up on LinkedIn, and I said I had something to say, and I said it. Thanks.
Blair told me he had a little bit of passion to share with us tonight. I think he delivered on that. Thank you so much. That is the message for 2019, I think. I love it. So we're going to switch gears now, and it's time to turn it over to our Pitch Slam MCs and organizers. We're going to have our first Pitch Slam presenter, but I'd like to bring to the stage Catherine Walsh, who is our Naturally Boulder co-VP and one of the entrepreneurs of our local industry, and Russ Forrester, another Naturally Boulder board member and Senior Vice President of Insights and Analytics at the Haines Celestial Group.
Thanks, Carlotta. Thank you, Blair. That was awesome.
Thank you for that intro, Carlotta. So first, on behalf of the board of Naturally Boulder, we would like to thank all Pitch Slam applicants. It was a very tough selection process this year, as it has gotten over the past few years. So thank you to everyone who takes the time to not only pitch, to submit an application and then pitch. We realize that takes time away from your business and provokes perhaps some anxiety when you have to come up here. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but we had 1,700 registrants for this two-day event. So it's a lot of registrants, a lot of people, a lot of public speaking. So thank you to all applicants. I'll hand it over to Russ.
Cool. What's up, pretty people of Boulder? Thanks for coming tonight. Woo! I don't know if you guys saw, but I serve on the board with like a bunch of beautiful people. They're all great people. It's super exciting. We've got an amazing judging panel tonight. Very excited to have these experts here tonight. So today I was inundated with a lot of emails and phone calls. Why didn't I win? Why wasn't I selected? I said, it's these 4 people. Talk to them. Here's their email addresses. Go bother them. So I'm sorry, guys, but anyway, I was a judge last year, so I know what it's like. So first off, I'd like to introduce Rich Clark. Rich is the SVP of sales at Perfect Bar. Rich has been in the natural foods industry for longer than I can recall. We worked together at Celestial Seasonings many years ago. He's been at Mighty Leaf Tea. He was with Udi's, Boulder Brands, and now he's with Perfect Bar and driving sales there, and they're doing really well. We've got Sarah Bird, CEO of Bhakti Chai. Sarah's bio says she's been in the industry for 25 years. Woo! And her career has evolved like the packaged food industry's evolved, right? She started at Nestle and Frito, and then went to Annie's, which got bought by General Mills, and now she's at Bhakti Chai. So she's learned her way around the natural food industry. We're honored to have her here tonight, picking our top 3 winners. Luke Vernon's next. Luke is the managing partner or principal at Ridgeline Ventures. He's also, if any of you are looking for jobs, he also runs a little site called Luke's Circle. Very, very, very good job site. And prior to that, Luke was the COO at Eco Products, which had a successful exit as well. So, and finally, we have, last but not least, we have Melanie Judge, appropriately named. Melanie represents our buyer, so Melanie's a Whole Foods buyer. So if you guys are here, don't inundate her too badly, but you know she does make decisions about what goes on the shelf in the Whole Foods Rocky Mountain, and we really appreciate Melanie's time here tonight. And thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing who wins our big prize tonight. And with talking about the prizes, Catherine's going to tell you what these guys can win.
So we have an amazing prize pack this year. Thank you to our event sponsor, New Hope Network, who donated the Expo West booth for whoever wins tonight. It's amazing. I also wanted to call out Danone, who generously contributed $20,000 worth of services to design the perfect expo booth by Condit Exhibits in Denver. So, there's everything from legal services to, it runs the gambit. So thank you to all of our sponsors and donors for the prize pack. It's an amazing prize pack for all 3 winners, really. So thank you. So let's get to the Pitch Slam applicant number 1, who is Carrie Carlson. I hope she's here from Coconut Cloud. All right. So it'll be just so everyone knows, if you weren't here yesterday, it's a 2-minute pitch with a 3-minute Q&A from the judges. We have a gong. We will shut it down at the appropriate time.
Not a bong, a gong.
It's a gong. Gong.
I believe that you shouldn't have to give up anything when you give up dairy. I also believe where there is a will, there is a way. I personally wanted a natural alternative to coffee mate, dried coffee mate. It didn't exist. So I created it on my own. I knew there were more people like me. I have a background in food manufacturing. My name is Carrie Carlson, and I am the creator of Coconut Cloud. I am replacing dairy everywhere I can with rich and creamy coconut. I have a total of 6 SKUs in my line, including dried creamers, cocos, and functional beverages. My top seller is my single-serve creamer stick with MCT oil. I launched my brand in 2016 on Amazon, and I expanded into retail in 2017. I'm currently in 1,800 stores, including Publix, Sprouts, and Safeway. I just launched a vegan cocoa on Amazon, and within 2 months, I was ranking against Starbucks, Nestle, and Godiva. An update from yesterday, it's going to be back in stock as of Tuesday now. I also have a large private label customer that's allowed me to build a fantastic cost model and provide cash flow. My gross margins are 45 to 55%. The plant-based opportunity is amazing. 50% of millennials today are choosing plant-based foods. 50 million Americans are lactose intolerant. Dairy-free is here to stay. I have a passion for building a successful business. I am also trying to cool the planet. I really want to win Pitch Slam. I want to go to Expo. I want to represent Boulder. I am proud to be a women-owned business. I'm amazed at what I've been able to achieve on my own, but I'm ready to take the next step. This year, I'll sell 200,000 units, which equates to 600,000 cups of coffee. I think I'm onto something good. Thank you. Right on time.
You nailed it.
Perfect. Hello, judges.
Please, your turn. I'll gong you when you're done too, so start going. Time's ticking.
Your coconuts are from Thailand. What are
Yes.
you doing to ensure sustainability, fair trade?
So we
any of
work
that?
with local farmers. We have actually it's like a craft industry. We're not working with big processors. I've got a tremendous relationship with my bulk ingredient supplier to make sure that we're using sustainable practices. We're actually working on becoming project certified non-GMO.
Can you talk about your budget for promotions and demos?
So it's been limited. I'm bootstrapping. I am funding this myself. So typically I put about 10% of my gross sales into marketing. We've been doing scan downs, promos. I also have a big social media presence. That's where I like to grow the business.
Congratulations. If you win tonight and you had a choice of taking the cash equivalent of all the prizes
Yes.
or taking all the prizes, what would you do and what would you choose? What would you do with the money or the services that we provided to you?
Oh, wait, I have to pick one?
No, you choose the cash equivalent, $100,000.
Yeah, oh, got it. I would
and
do exactly what the traditional medicinal CEO said. I'd hire the best possible talent with $100,000. But I want the services. I want the talent in this room. I need the services in this room. $5,000 is going right to sales and marketing.
You said that you're currently out of stock on some SKUs. And
Yes.
I think you said last night that you're coming in with 500,000 of inventory coming soon. So who's managing operations? That sounds like a shitload of inventory.
So,
and how do you ensure, if I were to invest in your business, how do I know
Watch
that
your
money's
language.
not going out the door?
I have actually got a really great infrastructure. I have worked with co-packers both here in Denver and Salt Lake City. I have a whole team of operations people. I've got a great managing director who's here in the room right there. She is a taskmaster, incredibly organized. Actually, we are so operationally strong. We are scalable. We are ready to explode.
I have a product quality question.
Yes.
Some of your reviews talk about the challenges with the solubility of your product. So what
Which
have
is
you done
really interesting because
address
actually
that?
it's very highly dissolvable. So when I see that comment, I am actually very confused because our coconut powder is very finely milled and it dissolves instantly. So I'm not sure about that, quite honestly. That's been a strange comment for us.
So the consumer's wrong.
No, absolutely not. I think I can't meet everybody everywhere, but in our QC testing and our R&D department, we have never had a solubility problem, ever.
Okay.
Thank you.
Feels like this category has low switching costs. If you're out of stock, what's going to prevent a customer from going somewhere else? How do you retain your customer?
Well, and the out of stock was actually just on cocoa. So we're actually in stock with about 10 different offerings on Amazon.
How do you retain a customer?
So we actually advertise to them. We do a MailChimp. If we're out of stock, we offer them other products within our line. We actually communicate with all our customers. But we haven't. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you. All right, next up is Carlotta.
Awesome start to our pitching tonight. Thank you, Coconut Cloud. Let's give them another round of applause. And for those of you who are standing up, we've got 2 rows that are completely empty if you'd like to grab a seat. These people don't bite. They would love to have you join them. So anyone who wants to grab a seat over here. And we're going to talk a little bit more for the next few minutes about Naturally Boulder because I'm sure some of you have noticed the new Naturally Boulder look and feel. All of this amazing work that we've put together. And if you've ever been involved in the branding of a product, you know how much work can go into a logo design and a redesign. And so we put a lot of work into this year, and I wanted to have John Grube, who was really the master behind all of this work, tell us a little bit more about our redesign and sort of how this all happened.
Thanks, Carlotta. Good evening, everybody. So last year, with the tremendous growth that Naturally Boulder has enjoyed and the increasingly national recognition, thank you, New York Times, and likely expansion into new geographies, the board decided that the time was right to apply a really disciplined branding process to Naturally Boulder, as a number of us do professionally in our day jobs. The organization has always been crystal clear about values and purpose, okay? But we saw an opportunity for a more unified brand expression, including articulating the brand story, the brand promise, the personality, reasons to believe, and culminating in the visual identity. Joining me on the branding team were board members Alex Hannafin and Adrian Pilcher, working with Aaron and Peter on staff, and the always wise Sylvia Tawes and Joan Boykin as advisory board members. So we carefully characterized, as we would for any brand, the target audience. And in this case, that's both the entrepreneurs and the mentors that really fuel the Naturally Boulder ecosystem. We're happy to share any and all of the materials that we developed along this journey for any of you brand geeks out there who might be interested. But in brief, what we asked the designer, in fact, the creative brief, was to freshen the Natural Boulder identity. Naturally, we do not want to lose any equity along the way, but we felt that this was a little bit dated and not necessarily a good go-forward representation of the brand. Freshen the identity in accordance with the brand character and personality work that we had done with the specific core values that we wanted to bring forth, namely competence, optimism, connectivity, and empowerment. And answering the call for that design work was Alicia Potter, Faven Design. Alicia, are you here? Good. Stand up, stand up. an absolute delight to work with. And you've seen where we have landed in much of the collateral that's here today, just being rolled out. And this is both the refreshed logo and other supporting collateral materials and supporting design elements. Alyssa? So these are some of the elements that you've seen. And as the next step in this process, we turn to our partners at Vermilion Design. Bob Morehouse, where are you? The wonderful, superb team that Bob has at Vermilion to reskin the website in accordance with these design elements. And there you will see the refreshed website goes live on Monday. It was actually ready a week ago, but we decided, just in case there might be a hiccup with 1,700 registrants, we would wait to go live until Monday. And we thank all of those who supported this efforts, including our friends at Naturally Bay Area, Vanessa Toy, Don Booter, and I think Carlotta will talk a little bit more about that geographical expansion at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Yes, it was really quite a lot of work to do this rebrand, and because we have 15 board members and we have advisors and we have a community, this could have been a process that was really dragged on, and John's leadership helped us move with purpose and direction, but have everyone feel like they had a voice, and I couldn't be more pleased with where we landed, so thank you so much for that. And as John noted, something else new for us this year is a pretty big idea. Blair talked about the importance of thinking big. And 2 years ago, the Naturally Boulder board started thinking big. We started thinking bigger about our mission, our vision, our guiding principles. We set those for our community, and we could see them really coming to life in our community. And we started thinking, well, how could we bring our mission, vision, and guiding principles to more communities around the country? And how could these communities be connected through a network of nonprofit grassroots organizations like Naturally Boulder? And with that, the idea for our Naturally Network was born. A network of nonprofit organizations like Naturally Boulder that are in a hub and spoke affiliate model, connected and rooted through those mission, vision, and guiding principles, and really designed to replicate the success we've had with our grassroots ecosystem. And so we launched our first affiliate in partnership with an amazing group in the Bay Area, Naturally Bay Area. And who is here from our Naturally Bay Area affiliate tonight? I think we have a few people. Vanessa's here, and I know Bill Shen was here. It was such an amazing experience to work with these leaders within the Bay Area community to take the Naturally Boulder model and bring it to the Bay Area and work with other organizations like the North Coast Fig Group, the one that Blair was talking about, and really bring more of the Naturally Boulder magic to that community. And so we'll be sharing more about our vision for the Naturally Network over the next several months. We're launching our Naturally Network website actually on Monday, where we will start to really lay out the vision and the roadmap for where the Naturally Network will go. How you can get involved if you're a community that would like to be part of the network, what it means to be an affiliate member, what's expected, what you receive, and the benefits for Naturally Boulder members with all of the other affiliates that will be part of this growing network. So we're really excited about this and excited to share more of this over the next few months and into 2019. And so now it's time for our next pitch. So Russ and Catherine.
Thanks, Carlotta. Love the new logo. Super cool. All right, guys. So our next pitch is very exciting. It's a hot sauce. I like hot sauce. I've tried to put it in my margarita. It tastes pretty good. So Picaflor. Marcus from Picaflor is going to be pitching. He's got such a cool brand. He pitched last year. This is his second time pitching, or third maybe, because you didn't make the top 3 last year. So Marcus, please, with that, take it away.
Thank you all for coming. I'm Marcus McCauley, and I'm a farmer here in Boulder, and I'm the founder of Picaflor. I have some news for you. If you were here last night, you heard it. Hot sauce is dead. And I don't mean dead like rock and roll is dead, because hot sauce is booming. I mean dead like it's been killed. And it comes from systems that are built to kill. Farms that use herbicides and pesticides. That side word means killing. And it's been at least pasteurized and is probably full of preservatives. Picaflor is alive and enlivening. It comes from our farm and farmers we know, your neighbors, Boulder County farmers, all of them beyond organic, regenerative, diverse farms that build soil fertility over time. That's a really important topic. We should talk about that sometime. And sequester carbon, another important topic. Just come out to the farm, please. All of you invited. Just don't come at the same time. And because Picaflor is naturally fermented, it's full of probiotic buddies, and it's full of flavor. Flavor that you can feel good about. 40% of people think that healthy food's gotta taste bad. Not anymore, not with Picaflor. We ferment at our own facility, and we have an amazing team who are wicked smart, some definitely smarter than me, and they align with our values. I love our team. We are uniquely positioned at the convergence of the regenerative farming movement, the hot sauce boom, and the mega trend in live fermented foods. We're in 140 stores. We have distribution, 300% annual sales growth.
Sorry, Marcus. Your time's not actually up. I just need to pee. No, just kidding. Your time's up.
And thank you to my family for being here. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Marcus. Judges.
Congratulations, Marcus, for making the finals. Let's play a little role playing here. I'm a buyer, 300-store chain. I buy into everything you have to say. I'm asking you now, I think I can put you in my stores, but I need $25 a store slotting per item. Okay. What's your response?
That's fair. We can do that. But you know what I would say is, like, let's talk about it. I got a team. Let's sit down and let's discuss and let's see if we can find something that works for everybody.
Building on that, can you remind us of your gross margin and what's your cash burn and what's your runway?
Yeah. Sorry, Sarah, can you repeat that?
Yeah. What's your gross margin?
Yeah, 50%.
And then, okay. And then your cash situation or your cash burn? And
Sure.
Do you have a runway?
Yeah, I mean, we're not sufficient yet. We've got a run rate of about 360,000. Yeah, and we're gonna fall short a little bit this year of about 40,000. But we're looking at doubling our stores hopefully soon if Whole Foods in Southern California, Northern California come through. That'll be really big for us, and I think it'll get us there. Yeah, but we want to be bigger than that.
Can you talk about how you communicate your brand's mission to the consumer?
Oh, to the consumer, certainly. So yeah, we have a strong digital presence. I mean, in store we have an integrated, marketing push with our demos and coupons, and then online we're in Amazon and Instagram and Facebook, and we're just being who we are. We're telling the story about the farm, about where food comes from. We look at this brand and hot sauce as a vehicle for change. And so we're bringing the message of where food comes from, live fermented foods, and the farm.
In natural, hot sauce is a really tiny category, and you're in a refrigerator, not in the hot sauce aisle. So how are you going to bring consumers over to understand they need to buy you in a different set?
That's a good question. I mean, it's probably our biggest challenge, I would say. You know, I'd love for all of our retailers to put a little placard there at the hot sauce section, you know, with our bird lady and a little bubble saying, you know, shouldn't your sauce be alive? And to direct them over to, you know, we're chilling with the kimchi. You know, so I mean, so yeah, I mean, we of course we do promos and coupons and all of that, but you know, so food service is huge, right? I mean, all of my favorite hot sauces, and we talked about this yesterday, they're found at a restaurant table. So,
but you're refrigerated.
But we're refrigerated, exactly. So we have the packets, right? The single serve, that needs to be in the grab and go at Starbucks. That needs to be next to your breakfast burritos. That needs to be next to the sushi that you're picking up. That needs to be, I mean, it's the same thing that, you know, Perfect Bar, they had to solve this challenge. You know, when people are going to buy something, what do they want to go with it? You know, there's lots of stuff. We have identified it, and we're ready to start to get that stuff out there, and we have the technology, and we've made the investments to do it.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Carlotta.
Way to go, Marcus. Having just visited Marcus's farm, I will give a plug for definitely go visit if you can. So as Marcus was talking about how he gives back to the soil with his growing methods, we're going to talk about giving back in the ways that Naturally Boulder gives back through our Give Back program. And we wanted to talk a little bit about our Give Back partner, Metro Caring, which has been our partner for the last 2 years. And with our Give Back program, we aim to support the work of organizations like Metro Caring that are fighting hunger and other big challenges within Colorado and our greater food system. And Metro Caring, Denver's frontline hunger prevention organization, was chosen as our first Give Back partner because of the amazing impact that it has on ending hunger at its root, which is poverty. So I'd like Judith Ackerman to come up and join me and share a little bit of reflections on how Naturally Boulder's support has impacted Metro Caring and the work that Metro Caring does.
Thank you, Carlotta, and thank you, everyone. So for the second year in a row, I'm grateful to be standing here tonight on behalf of the entire Metro Caring staff, our volunteers, and the more than 60,000 neighbors who came to Metro Caring last year to say thank you. Give Back Partner somehow seems insufficient in describing the relationship between Naturally Boulder and Metro Caring that you've created. Our impact would be impossible to achieve without a collaborative community effort. Naturally Boulder has been a true champion of our mission to build equity by nourishing neighbors, providing tools to thrive, and fostering community. Collaboration is fundamental to your mission, and you know all too well that together we can do more than any one of us could do on our own. Metro Caring is shifting towards doing things with the community rather than for the community, just as Naturally Boulder has done with us. That's why Naturally Boulder is hungry for change, and we're honored to continue this journey with you. Some of you may have heard a story I like to share about Ava Valdez. Ava came to Metro Caring for food, even though she and her husband were working 3 jobs between them to support their family. When Ava joined our cooking classes, she realized that the knowledge she gained about how to eat well would really help her Spanish-speaking community. She helped us translate our curriculum, which has allowed many more families to participate in our nutrition education programs. Ava is among many leaders in the Metro Caring community who have much to contribute, but just need a spark of an idea to set them on their way to reaching their potential. Like Hawa, who's been on our staff as our custodian for 6 years and just started our first cooking club teaching West African cuisine. Or Nawal, who quickly followed suit and hosts our Middle Eastern Cooking Club. The stories go on. And today I'd like to share with you that our goal is to add 3 participants, people like Nawal or Ava, to Metro Caring's board of directors by the end of our fiscal year. If we stop accepting that hunger and poverty will always be with us, that this is the way things have to be, we will end hunger at its root. So thank you for filling bellies, minds, and hearts, for all you do and for all you contribute to make this work possible.
Thank you, Judith. And I can say that we wouldn't have been able to have the impact with Metro Caring if it hadn't been for the work of Judith and all of the countless hours she spent with our team, particularly Christine Carey, to organize the service projects. We had 11 volunteer service projects this year. We had more than 350 volunteer hours that were donated as part of those service projects. We donated nearly 2 tons of food this year. We've raised $11,000 for Metro Caring, and I have to give a shout out to Justin's and Danone, which were the major contributors to that financial donation. Each donating $5,000 each. And this is just the start of our work with Metro Caring. I was actually meeting with their CEO today talking about other ways that we can support Metro Caring and also thinking about other organizations that can be part of our Give Back program. We're so proud of this new aspect of Naturally Boulder's work, and we are so grateful to your support in us helping grow the impact we can have in our communities. So thank you. And with that, it's time to talk about, or time for our final pitch slam.
So I had the pleasure of volunteering with Metro Caring this year. It was really cool. I'm not necessarily normally a volunteer, but it was an amazing organization. They have an amazing facility. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out in Denver, it's very impressive. And when you look at the population they serve and how needy they are, it's definitely humbling coming from Boulder to kind of see that. With that said, one quick shout out to Alyssa, one of our board members who's running the deck tonight. Thank you, Alyssa. And then finally, before our third pitch slam, Justin said he'd donate $10,000 tonight if I don't drop any F-bombs, so we'll see. I'm trying.
Okay, with that being said, we are going on to our third pitch slam finalist, which is Rooster and Lark. Hopefully Aaron Falber is in the house.
Hello again, my friends. Here at Rooster and Lark, we are solving a problem. Consumers want to eat more vegetables. Chopping is time-consuming. Chopping is annoying, and for many, it's an obstacle to healthy eating. At Rooster and Lark, we are solving this problem by reimagining how frozen vegetables are packaged, marketed, and sold to pair them with one of the most commonly purchased items in the grocery store, eggs. Rooster and Lark provides all the vegetables for your omelets and scrambles. They're chopped, they're seasoned, and they're flash frozen. Simply saute and add your own fresh eggs at home. I like to call this product the breakfast miracle. Let me tell you why Rooster and Lark is the next big thing. Consumers do not want better for you products. Consumers are demanding good for you products. Our skillets have clean ingredients. They're low calorie. There's no added sodium and none of the usual suspects that you cannot pronounce. Our skillets have broad appeal. Eggs are not niche. Walk into any breakfast or brunch establishment across America, and people are pairing vegetables and their eggs. Our skillets appeal to all dietary lifestyles: paleo, keto, vegan, Whole30, gluten-free, and anything you could possibly think of. Because it's simple, approachable, good-for-you vegetables. Now, my friends, our sales are growing month over month. Our same-store velocities are growing month over month. And sales in the frozen aisle are growing for the first time in years. But we have to keep pushing. We have to invest in marketing. We have to build our brand awareness, and we must attend trade shows. Judges, audience, if you believe in the breakfast miracle, please send us to Expo West. Thank you.
Awesome.
Congratulations. How do you decide which retailers and which channels to go into? If they all come and say, we want to take you in our stores, what's your decision-making process
Absolutely. The honest answer is how heavy are their slotting fees and how much are they going to support the brand? If they're going to charge me a gigantic slotting fee and I get the sense they're going to put me on the bottom shelf just to push me out in a year with no support and they want to charge 10 grand per TPR, I'm going to say no to that account at this time. And the ones that are going to support me and show me a lot of love, Whole Foods, Lucky's, we're going to go and move with them.
First of all, your vegetables on your package are kind of freaking me out. I don't want to like see a smiley butternut squash. I just want to fucking eat it,
man.
you know? Okay, so name a brand who is tactically executed really well in frozen, and what are you going to do specifically to emulate success
The brand
in that
that
category?
I emulate in frozen is Halo Top Creamery. I met those guys back at UNF.
What have they done, and what are you going to do to win? To follow them?
Absolutely. What they have done is invest heavily and lean into digital marketing. They understood very quickly you cannot demo your way to success with national distribution. It's too costly. And I want to follow and emulate the same strategy. I want to lean into digital. In the regions where we are, we can direct our dollars for 10 cents an eyeball to exactly where this product is. And when customers see it in digital, they get excited about it. They want to go buy it in the store. I understand there's challenges with digital, but in my opinion, I think this is the future of marketing. And the traditional grocery is too expensive, poor execution at the store level. I don't think it's the way to go for us.
I appreciate your product is clean, and you talked yesterday about it being a better version of like a Jimmy Dean. Have you looked at going organic, and why have you not gone there?
Absolutely. The issue with organic is I feel like we are the first to market with this product. I understand Jimmy Dean is something similar, but it's not vegetables. It's not vegetable focused. And I see this product in conventional stores, and I want it to be affordable for everybody. And organic, in certain vegetables, it does not drive up the cost, but we're using unique ingredients. We're using reduced moisture tomatoes and mushrooms so they don't sweat. We're using avocados. The cost of organic makes it unaffordable for the average person, and that's why we want to start here with conventional and then move into organic once we're more established.
Can you elaborate a little bit on your mission statement for your brand and how you communicate that to the consumer?
Absolutely. The mission is very simple. We want to make vegetables more accessible to everybody. The way you communicate that, you really have one shot, and that's with your packaging. You know, most people, they don't see you online, they don't see you tweeting. You know, the package has to communicate. It's clean, it's simple, it's fun, it's friendly, it's for the whole family. And that's what I tried to do with the branding. We rebranded one time. We tried to get it right the first time. And that's what we want to communicate. Vegetables, you know, they're accessible to everybody, even if you don't know exactly what to do with them or how to prep them. You know, it's a new creative way, and I think the packaging gets that across.
Sorry, dude.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's the last of our three pitchers. I think, Alyssa, if you can pull up the thank you, because we haven't, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, now it's time for the audience to vote, so get your phones out.
You guys are the fifth judge, okay? So you have 5 minutes to weigh in. We're gonna take the judges with our gong into the back room, and we're gonna vote and see, along with your vote, who is the winner of our awesome prize package.
I voted and it worked, which is amazing. We've had voting issues in the past, and it's awesome that it's working. So thank you for voting. I see many of you doing that. So while we're taking time to vote, it's a good time to just offer a little bit of love to our sponsors who make Naturally Boulder possible. We've got our premier sponsors and our gold sponsors, or our platinum sponsors, our gold sponsors, our silver sponsors, and our bronze. sponsors. All of our sponsors are listed on the Naturally Boulder website, and whether you are a silver sponsor, a bronze sponsor, a premier, a platinum, we could not do programs like this, we could not do all of the education, the morning mingles without your support. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Okay, so if you're done voting, we still have more of the program, so everyone has been so quiet and wonderful and attentive tonight. We have a little bit more programming, so let's zip it. As I often say to my two boys, time to zip it. Thank you. Because I wanted to talk for just a few minutes about something that's really important to me, and that's how the natural products industry is really using business as a force for good in the industry. And I wanted to reflect on ways that Naturally Boulder is doing this, as well as the broader industry, and how you can get involved in some of these efforts right now. So the first effort that I wanted to talk to you about is the Climate Collaborative. I think it's an amazing place to start in terms of thinking how we as an industry are using collaboration and business truly as an impactful force for good. The Climate Collaborative was created by and for the natural products industry, and it has the audacious goal of harnessing the power of our $206 billion U.S. natural products industry to reverse global warming. And I am so privileged to sit on the advisory board for the Climate Collaborative. And how many Climate Collaborative members do we have in the audience? How many of you have made climate commitments? So we've got some over here. I would love to, at this time next year, see every hand go up, because what is so cool about the Climate Collaborative is it's free to become a member and to make a commitment. And the organization makes it so easy to give you a roadmap for how you can actually create positive change around 9 climate action commitment areas. So since Climate Collaborative launched in 2017, launched at Expo West during our Climate Day in 2017, we've had more than 1,000 climate action commitments made by the industry. So it's really impressive start, and so excited to see where the Climate Collaborative goes from here. So if you're not involved, check out their website and please make a commitment. It costs no money, and you'll find the resources from this organization on how to have a positive impact. So I wanted to staying on the climate theme, our Naturally Boulder business community also has the unique opportunity to lead on elevating soil health to address the effects of climate disruption and how we source ingredients and produce our products. And I'm so pleased to promote an upcoming event in December that my good friend Selene DeYaris is putting on through her organization At the Epicenter. She's partnered with Kiss the Ground, Fiber Shed, and the Savory Land to Market. And they're producing a Farm to Fashion show on December 4th in Denver, and the Regenerative Earth Summit, Food plus Fiber plus Climate in Boulder, December 5th through 6th. And this year's keynote is Rose Mercario, who is the CEO of Patagonia, so you don't want to miss her keynote, or all of the other amazing people and ideas and energy that will be on display at this event. So Naturally Boulder is very proud to be a promotion partner for this event, and we're excited that these significant events can engage our community and businesses to influence how agriculture is practiced. So we hope you'll join us at this event. You can use the code NB10 to get a 10% Naturally Boulder discount at the website regenerativeearthsummit.org. So use that discount code, and please join us in December. Who here is already planning on coming to the Regenerative Earth Summit and Fashion Show? Good, love seeing the hands. We would love to have all of you join us. And then finally, I wanted to talk about one more resource that Naturally Boulder is involved in, and that's the Authentic Leadership Program for Naturals that Naropa University's Authentic Leadership Center is creating in partnership with Naturally Boulder, the Jackfruit Company, Organic India, Rodale Institute, Alfalfas, and also New Hope Network. And for this year, we have a 2-day program on December 7th and 8th that is designed to help you strengthen your and your organization's leadership impact in ways that will support presence and purpose, conscious conversations, and collaboration and change. And so if you want to be a more effective change maker, an authentic change maker, this is the program for you. And Naropa is offering a 50% discount using this code, PitchSlam18, for the next couple of days until Tuesday, October 23rd. And so I would really highly encourage you to take a picture of this slide and register this weekend to join us for this program on December 7th and 8th. It's such a unique leadership program, and we've had members of our board and other members of the Naturally Boulder community join in this work, and I think this will make us a more impactful organization. You know, all of the things that Blair was talking about. Okay, so we're going to switch gears, and it's time to celebrate our Autumn Award winners. And this is such a special part of our program, and it's so nice to see so many people still in the room for the recognition of 2 awards that we give out every year. And so to announce the winner of our breakout brand, I'd like to bring to the stage Adrian Pilcher and Susan Graff.
Great. It's our honor to do this. So what is a breakout brand? Well, as you can see, it's one that successfully raised the profile through breakthrough innovation, accelerated market performance, media buzz, philanthropic efforts, or other means. Well, the company that won this year is not an or, they're an and. They crushed every category.
This year's honoree launched a significant product innovation. They launched a completely new related product that has already captured 40% market share, and they are killing it.
And market performance, oh yeah, 70% increase in sales in 2017, 50% in 2018, would have been more if they would have been able to keep up with orders.
And they completed a national expansion in the US and Canada.
They've more than doubled their staff from 2017, so they've created more than 100 jobs in Boulder County.
And the employees still found time to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity, donate product to hurricane victims, eliminated food waste through sourcing imperfect bananas, and made a commitment to clean ingredients.
So Naturally Boulder's breakout brand for 2018.
Bobos.
So we'll have Beryl come on up, and in the meantime, I'll just tell you, for people who are not familiar with this story, Beryl started this in her kitchen almost 15 years ago. She bootstrapped it, really steady growth over the years. And in 2016, she hired TJ McIntyre as CEO, and together they crafted a strategy to grow the brand to $100 million. That's a big, hairy, audacious goal. And while they're growing to that level, they're committed to remaining non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, and homemade. Think about the challenges of that. And in 2017, they attracted their Series A, and in September of 2018, a Series B, so the investors are taking notice.
Join us in recognizing Barrel and Bobo's as Naturally Boulder's breakout brand of 2018.
Such an honor, Naturally Boulder. So I have watched over the years all the brands that have gotten these great awards, and it's such an honor to be now part of that group of Boulder brands that has gotten these great awards. So yay, thank you. So, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and in the beginning I used Naturally Boulder resources so much because they helped me. I went to all the networking events and I went to the panels and I actually sat on some panels, and I really feel that without your help, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did. And so thank you. It's really an honor. But I have to say, Aaron, if you're out there, so Aaron and I started these endeavors about the same time. Like, he was starting this little Naturally Boulder nonprofit, and I was starting Bobo's in the kitchen of my home, and I just have to say, Aaron, it's about time. Thank you so much. Such an honor.
Congratulations, Bobo's. It's such an amazing Boulder story. So our second award is our Industry Leader in Community Champ Award. And Alex Hannafin and Aaron are going to announce the winner of this one.
Right. Hello again. So I'm going to reveal to you all the Industry Leader Community Champ of 2018 by telling a quick story. Quick, I promise. I was with this person back about 2006, and this person was stressing out, about the usual entrepreneurial challenges, supply chain issues, distributor issues, retailer issues. But he said, in the midst of all that, it's important, but it's not serious. After all, and this is going to give it away, it's just peanut butter.
All right, so the industry leader and community champ is the one and only Justin Golds. All right, so Justin's story is the classic entrepreneurial success story. He wanted to solve a problem: how to fuel his long bike rides with a simple vegetarian protein-packed food. And the answer for most people was easy: nut butter. But store shelves didn't offer the kind of nut butter variety we see today. And he sometimes puts it, the choice back then was chunky or smooth. So he grabbed a food processor and set about creating his own tasty protein-packed nut butter snacks. Then, to keep his freeloading roommates from devouring his delicious homemade blends, he wrote on the jar, Justin's.
With encouragement from friends and family, he started selling the nut butters at the Boulder Farmers Market. Wooden spoon after wooden spoon after wooden spoon. Justin handed out many samples and made sales. Did anybody here have their first experience of Justin's on a wooden spoon at the farmer's market? I'm proud of that, right? Sensing that he may really have something on his hands, he worked with mentors from the Lead School of Business and he wrote a business plan. From there, he followed the true entrepreneurial path. So Naturally Boulder was just getting started, and I recall sitting next to Justin at an education event as we were both feverishly scribbling down notes. By the way, Justin helped organize some of the earliest Naturally Boulder efforts and even ordered, do you remember this? Ordered the first Naturally Boulder banner before we had a website, before we even had a phone. Oh, sorry. Mostly a one-man show. Justin landed his first retailer, and then another, and then another. He added a staff person, and then another, and then another, and he found an investor, and then another, and then another.
And with business acumen and unwavering commitment to high quality and plenty of charisma and charm, Justin grew his business. Weathering reoccurring hard times and celebrating many milestones, one of the biggest and early milestones came in the form of a squeeze pack. That innovation helped launch the brand to new heights. Justin is often credited as being the first nut butter brand to market in single-serve packets. At the time, Justin was sharing a very small office with the one and only Beryl, Bobo's founder. How time flies. And the squeeze pack innovation led to another, this time in the form of peanut butter cups. Because what goes better with peanut butter than chocolate? Dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, Justin had forever changed what was growing in amazing scale.
By 2012, Justin's was selling 25 million squeeze packets and 1.6 million jars of nut butter. The company's revenue growth placed Justin's on Inc. magazine's list of the fastest growing companies in the country. By 2016, Justin's was sold to Hormel for a cool $286 million. Yeah. Well, I think there was a collective shudder in the Boulder natural products community, wondering if this meant the company would soon relocate. I think there was also a collective sigh of relief when Justin announced that the company would indeed be staying right here in Boulder, and we're all the better for it. He has spent countless hours mentoring and meeting many company founders, and the company has its own gravitational pull, attracting several notable brands from around the country to relocate here to Boulder. He speaks regularly at CU, DU, CSU, and of course, Naturally Boulder. He's a tireless advocate for the natural products business community to serve as a force for social and environmental good.
He has personally volunteered and contributed to vast numbers of nonprofits, including locally growing gardens, Conscious Alliance, Harvard of Hope, and others. He had his company co-create and serve as a founding member of Whole Planet Foundation's Microloan a Month Fund. Each month, Justin gives a microloan through Whole Planet's Foundation to an entrepreneur in the developing world. He has also instituted support for the Pine Ridge community, with donations and an annual company trip to the reservation. Justin continues to push this company, and now even Hormel, the parent company, to deepen its commitment to sustainability, specifically around packaging and protecting pollinators.
Finally, Justin was instrumental in Naturally Boulder's partnership with Metro Caring. I recall an email I got encouraging Naturally Boulder to develop a way to aggregate the good within our own community. As you heard earlier tonight, the Naturally Boulder community, through our partnership with Metro Caring, has made a real and direct impact on many people's lives right here in our state. It's truly my pleasure to invite you, Justin, to stage to receive this award.
All right, hey, so real quick, I'm really curious to see who won the Pitch Slam tonight. I know it's not easy being a judge, so thank you for all your work today. I don't deserve this, right? The people in this room deserve this, and the people who helped me with my company deserve this. First of all, Boulder is such a special community, and it's not easy being an entrepreneur. We have to lean on each other, we have to support each other, and I got so much help externally and internally. Without it, there's no way Justin's would be what it is today. There's three people I want to personally acknowledge who were within my organization that pushed me and helped me grow. One is John Ichabone, one is Lance Gentry, and one is Peter Burns. So thank you guys. And You know what? The other person I have to acknowledge is my wife, Nancy, who's put up with my bullshit for 10 years, 15 years. Thank you, Peter. And I want to thank you, Nancy, so much just for being there for me. I think it's really important to have purpose. And I think it's important for all of us to have purpose, not only for our organizations, but for ourselves. Why do we wake up every day? What is the difference you can make in your family, in your business, and in your community? And I think that purpose is what drives us as entrepreneurs and drives us to do better and be better. And I tell you, you can have an organization that can be acquired and still maintain its purpose and still push for good and still drive for change. But you know what the secret is? You have to be there, right? It doesn't just happen. You have to be there and you have to work. And results are when you show up every day and work hard, and when people around you all work with you. So I want to take one moment. Everyone who's in my organization or has been in my organization, please stand up for 1 second, and I want to applaud you for helping us achieve this goal. Thank you. Thank you.
We get our 3 finalists, 3 pitching companies up here. That'd be great. We're going to announce the finalists. By the way, we're ahead of schedule, which is awesome because I have a concert to go to tonight. Thank you.
Where's it? Oh, hello. I was like, where's everybody else?
I just told him. Hopefully I'm right. That's great. Yeah, thanks, guys. Cool. So here we go. And the Academy Award for Best Motion Picture. I'm gonna let Justin do the honors here because he's a lot better looking.
God. All right, you guys ready? The winner of the 2018 Naturally Boulder. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait.
What am I supposed to do?
Congratulations, Picaflor. How awesome. Congratulations to all of our finalists and to everyone who pitched. Congratulations to Justin and to Bobo's. Thank you so much for making this such a special night. Have fun, and we can't wait to see you at this event next year. Good night.